It started in, I think it was 2020, in September, when they had a vacant position at the time for a driver. So I was going to be employed to be a driver. So obviously I had to submit my CV and all my stuff to show that I'm a suitable candidate for the position. Only to find out that I didn't have a license. So I didn't have a driver's license at the time. I sent my resume to Mrs. Hunter herself, and she interviewed me in the offices here in Toti. And when she was going through my CV, she told me that it would be an insult if she employed me as a driver. So she said, no, looking at all that I have and all that I've done and all that I'm currently doing, which at that time I had a law diploma, which I got when I was studying in Pretoria, and I was doing my LLB with UNISA. I hadn't completed it yet. So she then said, okay, since you are going to be a driver, then where's your license? Which I didn't have. She then said one of the conditions would be for me to acquire my license, which I then started just during that time. It was a very difficult time because the traffic department was only taking an X amount of people a day, and there was a whole lot of stuff going on at the time, which also made it a little bit difficult for me to get sooner than I wanted because there was a job offer waiting for me. But it all worked out at the end. I got my license and started working here. So I started off as a driver, driving the company vehicle, doing this, that, and that other thing, just stuff for the office, general stuff. Which then, after she said no, after a while, I'll have to come into the office and do some office work. I then started with the general admin, assisting conveyancing paralegals and attorneys within the firm. And I actually started working with Lorraine, and Lorraine helped me with teaching me the work, conveyancing work, how to run a file, how to do this, that, and the other thing, which I learned from her as she was the one who was teaching me. Over time, I worked as a paralegal. So I ditched my driver post, I became a paralegal, conveyancing paralegal, assistants actually, paralegal assistants, and assisted the paralegals in the office. While I was doing so, I was learning the job because as you've been assisting people, they tell you how to assist them, and then you start learning how things are done within the office. Over time, before I got my LLP, I worked as a paralegal, started running my own files, which was massive for me at the time because I never thought I'd be in a position where I run with transfer files myself. Obviously, I started off with assistance from Lorraine and Marisha at the time. And as I grew, I had confidence within what I'm doing. I had confidence, I grew with confidence, and I started doing my own thing. Obviously with supervision from Lorraine herself. So as I went, as the months go by, I started running my own files. There was this massive development at the bridge, which came. I was also part of the team that was attending to it. And it all worked out beautifully. Everything was good, and I run my own files now. And it's all thanks to Lorraine, who assisted me, who taught me all the work and taught me how to do all that I do today. So fast forward, months later, I got my LLB, and I was employed as a candidate attorney at AMC HUNTER. So it was right after, early this year actually, I graduated from my LLB, and I'm currently a candidate attorney at AMC HUNTER, and I'm running transfer files.